Streetdog BMX demo is out now, and I've got a few tips and tricks to share with you. Keep in mind, the demo only gives us a limited selection of tricks and customization options, as well as just one map, so the full game's going to have way more content. This video is just going to focus on using default controls. I think those are what the game was developed with and what I think makes it stand out. I really recommend learning these controls because I think they're going to give you the best overall experience with the game. So let's dive in. First, I want to say that the game has a lot more nuance than it seems. While it's not really physics-based, there are so many little handling details that you can take advantage of. For instance, you can do bump jumps. This one isn't anything fancy, just some solid timing. Wall rides and precision rides go pretty hard in Street Dog. You can get some pretty technical stuff, like this precision wall ride I did. So chances are, if you can think of something, there's going to be a way to pull it off. There's a few lesser known movement controls you can use to your advantage. You probably know that you hold RB to grind, but you can also use it to slow your spins down. And if you hold down LB, it dips your bike. So when you use those together, you can get some really stylish looking spins. Holding RB when flying out of transition can also get you some kind of interesting results. Like I just did a bonk there. Yeah, another one. Those aren't grinds or anything, but if you practice that enough, you can kind of use it to cheese the system. Here's another trick a lot of people don't know. If you hold both sticks in a direction, you get this little skid animation with a foot down, but you can actually bunny hop out of that with the right stick. You can kind of use that to do some like pseudo foot plant stuff, and you can do it up transition too, which is really nice. My next tips are about pedaling. So you double press and hold RT to get a speed boost, but you don't have to be on the ground to do it. You can actually perform the double press and hold in the air, and you'll immediately start boosting when you land. So I just did it right there in the air, and then we start boosting. You can also keep the boost up through tricks though, as long as you keep holding RT. So I can double press, hold RT, do a trick, and then if I'm still holding RT when I land, I'll immediately keep boosting. So I'll start boosting, gonna do a trick, still holding RT. When I land, I'm immediately boosting. There we go, still boosting. It's a great way to get up on the roof. Nice. Next, I've seen some people struggle to air quarter pipes because they keep accidentally holding RT to maintain their speed, but RT is also how you fly out, so I'm guessing it kind of looks like this for some people. Like I'm not actually airing it right. My solution for this is to use the hop preload as like a reminder to let go of RT. By hop preload, I just mean pull down on the right stick. You see I do the hop preload animation there. And when I release it, I hop. But what's nice about this is that the hop preload actually stops the pedaling animation, which kind of reminds me to let go of RT if I do want to air the quarter. And it just makes clips look cleaner too. So I'm pedaling, pedaling, pedaling. Preload, release RT, get my hop off. And then actually, I don't even really pedal that much in the bowls. You don't super need to. But if I were to pedal, it would look like this. There you go. And you can use RT when you want to fly out. But yeah, if you're riding transition, you don't really need to pedal as much as you think you do. Alright, last we're going to talk about the grind system. So grinds are done by holding RB, either by itself or with the direction. At first, this probably seems really arcadey, but you can actually use it to dial in some super realistic looking clips. To get better grinds, the first thing you want to do is figure out what kind of grind you actually want to do, because that's going to determine how you're going to line your bike up. For instance, if I'm going to hit a Smith on this ledge, that was a bad example, but I want my front tire and just kind of, hang off the front. Oh, that was almost it, because then you still got to do the input and the grind. There you go. That was pretty solid, I think. And of course, you don't have to line your grinds up since the game does use magnets, but naturally lining up your grind will make it look better. So when you press RB, the grind magnets kick in and it'll snap you to a nearby grindable object. So the trick is to time when you press RB in relation to your hop momentum so that the magnets engaging looks as natural as possible. Here's a clip from a Streetdog BMX Discord member, Doofy. Look at this 270 bar to Smith. See what I mean? Engages those magnets right as the bike is coming down, lines up the grind, everything's perfect. Alright, and the final thing about grinds, how to pop out of them, because this is another area where I've seen some confusion, but it's actually pretty simple once you wrap your head around it. So when you're grinding, you have to use the balance meter. But in addition to balancing your grind, this also determines which way you're leaning and the angle of how you're going to hop out of the grind. But that's just half of it, because the force that you pop out of the grind with, that's determined by how long you preload your hop for. So this means to get the maximum distance out of a grind, you need to preload a big hop and lean all the way in the direction that you want to go. That also allows for a huge variation in the angles and the force and the overall distance that you get out of your hop. So you can pretty much get whatever hop out of a grind that you want. But there's actually one more thing. You might notice that when you're controlling the balance meter when you're grinding, there's a delay when you're correcting the balance meter. It doesn't like instantly go. So of course that makes it feel a little more realistic because you're like correcting the balance of your grind, but it also allows you to prep spins out of grinds in both directions without affecting the side that you're hopping out on. So take another look at Doofy's clip and you'll see how they lean into the quarter pipe, but they spin in the opposite direction to go into fakie. I'll do one here. So I'm going to hop into fakie, I lean to the left and spin to the right. And hopefully on the control overlay, you can see it. Let's go for a 270 in. See if we can hit the hard 450 now. Same spot. There we go. You can also use this in a more traditional street setup like this one here. So you'll see I'm going to go into the grind, then I'm going to lean to pop out on top of the ledge to the right, then I'm going to spin to the left so I can land in the fakie manual. It's a really powerful system, and with some practice, there's basically endless possibilities. Hope this video helped you out. Peace.